Before minarets dotted the horizon, the Sahara was a living, breathing world, far from empty, shaped by shifting dunes, rocky plateaus and hidden oases. Its ancient caravan routes connected North Africa to the powerful empires of the Sahel, making the desert both a barrier and a bridge. Berber tribes like the Sanhaja and Tuareg mastered survival, moving with the seasons, guided by deep knowledge of the land. They were not isolated. As guardians of the trans-Saharan trade, they connected distant cultures. Their societies thrived on kinship, honor, and oral tradition, with spiritual beliefs rooted in nature and reverence for ancestors. Gold, salt, textiles, and stories flowed along these routes, making the Sahara a conduit for exchange. Oases became bustling hubs where caravans rested and cultures mingled. The Berber nomads, with their unmatched knowledge, were the indispensable middlemen in this network. This interconnected world laid the foundation for profound change. Soon, a new faith would travel these same routes, carried by merchants, not armies. Into this ancient world, the first whispers of Islam would soon arrive, forever altering the rhythm of desert life. Islam's arrival in Mauritania was gradual, a dawn breaking over the sands, not a sudden conquest. Traders and missionaries carried the new faith south along caravan routes, sharing stories of the Prophet Muhammad. Islam's message of one God appealed to Berber tribes, blending slowly with nomadic life. Early converts were traders who brought Islamic practices home, mixing them with local customs. Islam spread oasis to oasis, its simple mosques and prayers adapting to desert life. The desert wind carried the call to prayer, rooting Islam in the rhythms of Saharan life. The trans-Saharan trade was the engine of change, driving both commerce and the spread of Islam. Caravans of thousands of camels carried salt north and gold, ivory and enslaved people south, connecting distant worlds. Muslim merchants from North Africa, literate and devout, lived their faith openly on these journeys. Their daily prayers and rituals became a powerful, silent form of missionary work, observed by Berber guides and traders. Conversion brought economic advantages. A shared faith built trust, eased trade, and opened doors to vast networks. Contracts were sealed with Islamic oaths, and disputes settled by Islamic law, making Islam a practical choice for leaders and merchants. Oases like Oudegost became melting pots, where mosques and schools sprang up, and local Berbers encountered Islam in daily life. These settlements became centers for learning and religious exchange, anchoring Islam in the region. The caravans brought the seeds of faith, but it was in the oases that Islam truly took root. Over time, the spiritual landscape of Mauritania was transformed by this steady flow of people, goods, and ideas. The spread of Islam in Mauritania was a peaceful negotiation, not a conquest. The Sanhaja Berbers forged alliances with Muslim states through trade and strategic marriages, blending cultures and beliefs. Islam was woven into existing customs, lineage, clan loyalty, and hospitality remained, but now under a unifying spiritual framework. Local leaders who converted became advocates, interpreting Islam in ways that fit their society. Mosques, first simple and then permanent, became centers for worship, decision-making, and education. These buildings signaled Islam's deep roots, anchoring faith in the shifting sands. Traders and scholars arrived with books and ideas, not armies, offering connection to a wider, literate and prosperous world. For nomads, embracing Islam was both a spiritual and strategic choice, joining a global community without losing their identity. The result was a gradual, willing adoption of Islam, blending old and new into a unique Saharan identity. Islam became a natural evolution, not an imposition, shaping Mauritania's society for generations. With Islam established, Sufi scholars arrived, bringing a mystical, contemplative branch of the faith that resonated with the nomadic spirit. Sufi sheikhs traveled the trade routes, founding zawiyas, part monastery, part university, across the desert. These centers became magnets for students, teaching Quran, law, poetry, and astronomy, transforming Mauritania into a hub of Islamic learning. Legendary cities like Chinguetti and Oualata became known for their libraries and scholarship. Manuscripts were treasured, and scholars became respected leaders, shaping law, politics, and culture. Sufi brotherhoods like the Qadiriyya and Tijaniyya unified tribes, creating spiritual bonds that transcended clan and ethnicity. Sufi sheikhs mediated disputes and fostered a shared Islamic identity, providing social cohesion across the vast desert. Through their teachings and example, Sufi scholars cemented Islam as the foundation of Mauritanian society. The desert, once seen as empty, became renowned for its intellectual and spiritual wealth. By the 15th century, Islam was the unifying force in Mauritania, shaping law, culture, and daily life. Sharia law replaced cycles of tribal conflict with a universal legal framework, overseen by learned judges in towns and oases. Education was thoroughly Islamic. Quranic study and Arabic literacy became the hallmarks of scholarship. Desert universities flourished, connecting Mauritania to the wider Muslim world through shared knowledge. Art and architecture reflected this identity. Mosques with square minarets and poetry infused with Islamic themes. The nomadic journey became a metaphor for the soul's path to God, blending faith with daily life. Local customs persisted, but Islam provided a common ground binding diverse peoples into a single community. Scholars traveled between cities debating law and theology, strengthening intellectual unity. Islam was no longer foreign, it was the cultural and spiritual bedrock of Mauritania. The desert had become a land shaped by faith, its identity forever transformed. Today, Mauritania is the Islamic Republic, a nation where faith shapes every aspect of life. The 5 daily prayers structure the day, echoing from mosques in both modern cities and ancient towns. The reverence for scholarship endures, families still guard libraries of manuscripts, and marabouts remain respected guides. Islam unites diverse ethnic groups, providing a shared identity that transcends historical divisions. National celebrations like Eid bring the country together as one community. The peaceful, gradual spread of Islam is woven into the fabric of Mauritanian society. The desert landscape is a testament to a 1,000-year journey of faith, learning, and cultural exchange. The echoes of ancient caravans remind us how ideas, carried with respect, can transform a world. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Saharan faith and the story of Islam in Mauritania. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from history and culture. See you in the next video.